Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. My name is Vineet. The national capital is reeling under a double whammy. The air quality index has dipped to the very poor category, as expected, crossing the 300 mark, and toxic froth now blankets the Yamuna River as well. As smog shrouds various parts of the capital, the Aam Aadmi Party-led government has implemented the first stage of the Graded Response Action Plan, also known as GRAP. But it is without a shadow of doubt that the primary cause of the air quality deterioration is the stubble burning in neighbouring states of Punjab and Haryana. This is not a new phenomenon. We have seen this take place last year as well, and the year before that, and the year before that as well. Now, even as the Dilliwalas choke on toxic fumes, the disaster has doubled. Pungent foam covers the Yamuna. This contains high levels of ammonia and phosphates and poses serious health risks, including respiratory and skin problems. This toxic foam is largely the result of industrial waste that is dumped into the river. As residents have raised concerns, our politicians have been quick at pointing fingers at each other like they do every year. But the need of the hour is to curb this menace immediately. The air and water pollution level in the national capital are alarming, and it is time that our netas tackle this on a war footing. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the show is Padma Shri Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, Chairman of Nephron Clinic. Also joining us on the show is Sanjay Nath Singh, President and Secretary General of IFA. Indra Shekhar Singh, agricultural expert, joins us on the program as well. And Professor Bijon Mishra, citizen activist, with us on the program as well. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Professor Bagai, Dr. Bagai, I'll begin with you. Well, it actually seems like deja vu to me. We were here last year as well, and the year before that, and the year before that as well. Every year, there is some plan, some commitment that is made by the politician, but it never pulls through. Diwali is about a couple of weeks away, and we are in the danger red zone. People are falling sick. You're a doctor yourself, sir. You would know the cases of people suffering from respiration issues has already started to come up. People who are asthmatic are, of course, leaving town. Children, healthy children, who were fine last month are complaining about illnesses already. This is not the state that we should be put through every year. What needs to be done over here? The courts have also been involved, sir, but it seems the matter is out of their hands too.
I think there are two important points here. One is health is a non-negotiable, vital core part of our existence. And second is, as tax-paying, loyal citizens, we demand and expect a minimum level of good governance. Unfortunately, Mr. Kejriwal has promised year after year after year and shifted timelines, shifted the goalposts. Now, I will make three very, very quick important points. It's not that the pollution is only being discussed or being affected the human beings in the months of October, November, December. Delhi's had very poor air quality almost all through the year. The causes are many, be it road dust, be it construction, be it industrial, be it traffic pollution, so on and so forth. It reaches a peak during this time because of the weather, the humidity, the crosswinds which come into Delhi, and of course the Paral Burning and so on. How does it actually affect human beings? 20 major organs are affected by air pollution, including the brain. You lose brain volume. You have dementia, early dementia, you have memory loss, you have early heart attacks, you have pulmonary diseases, bronchial asthma, bronchitis, cancers. Risk increases from 22 to 88%. Chromosomal abnormalities, metabolic disturbances, and so many other issues. Pollution even affects the pregnancies and the unborn fetus. Is this what we want our next generation to have? Poor quality of life, more mortality, more diseases. What does this actually contain? This contains heavy levels of particulate matter. We keep talking of 2.5 gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, SOx, NOx, methane, hydrofluorocarbons which are carcinogenic, volatile organic compounds which are carcinogenic, especially the ones which are frothing out of Yamuna River, heavy metals, dust, smoke, free radicals. These are all disastrous for human beings. We need a committed plan Delhiites are losing 8 to 10 years of their adult life and they're going to die therefore 8 to 10 years early. Is this what we bargained for? Is this what we elect our politicians for? Is this why we pay our taxes for? This is completely bizarre and ridiculous. This comedy circus of one government blaming the other government has to stop. You'll have citizens who will be sicker. You'll be having children who will be weaker. You will be having pregnant ladies with stillbirths and premature deliveries. You will be having people who will be grossly affected for generations to come. This is a crisis situation. Just to label it as poor quality, very poor quality, hazardous, it is again it's a cruel joke on the Delhi citizens. We need to ask answers and we need a comprehensive citizen movement. If these set of people can't deliver, they should be sacked. As simple as that.
Mr. Sanjanath Singh, the farmer is largely being blamed for what happens in Delhi every now and then. It's the parali, it's the inability of the farmer to dispose the parali in an economic way that is also being blamed. The farmer obviously has his own reasons for not being able to do what is expected of him or her. But the fact of the matter is that this is something which should be taken care of by the politicians. In fact, I also heard Atishi today, she was blaming the UP government for the situation in Yamuna today. This buck stops with me or the buck stops with someone else game has been played long enough. When is enough enough?
See, it's already crossed all, I would say, all timelines. In fact, we have discussed it many times over. And as I've always maintained, this Parali burning, to a large extent, is also, and how it affects, Parali burning was taking place earlier also. But in 2009, Punjab government came up with a Water Conservation Act, Groundwater Conservation Act in 2009, which compelled the farmers to start sowing paddy, rice. They used to do it in April to mid-June. Now this mid-June has pushed the harvesting towards mid-October onwards to November. Now that is the time when climate inversion takes place. That is the time when the wind directions change and it leads to accumulation of this and of the various particulate matter, the gases and everything coming out of that farm, getting entrapped over the Delhi and other areas in the northern belt, and leading to and adding to an increased level of pollution. And here is what every time a scapegoat is made out of the farm fires. Now earlier also the farm fires were happening. There are many other reasons like harvesting with combines and things like that, which makes it the parali much longer. The cropping takes place and the parali is much longer than what it used to be with the sickle. But these issues are not so important, I would say. The point is that why can't the government of Punjab look into this particular aspect of shifting back this sowing of paddy to April again, instead of forcing the farmer to do it in the mid-June, because there is a gestation period of about 120 to 140 days, and that leads to the harvesting in and around middle of October or from October to almost November. So this is something to be looked into. That is one. Number two, there are many things that we have discussed. There were superseders. There are various other methods that we have talked about. But at the same time, earlier, we have talked about various other methods of baling and things like that. But then what happens? Why is it not happening on the ground? We have been discussing all this for years now. Where is it? Where is the will of the government to do it? They are not doing anything. It's not happening on ground. Then we have issues like finding alternative methods of disposing of parali. One can convert it into biochar, make it into pellets, and use it for industries, various industries. We don't think on those lines. We are not working on those lines. Why can't we do that? These pellets are very much required. And to the very fact that these pellets can be used even for steel making. But why can't we think of that? We are not looking into all these alternate things, alternative methods. But I'm not saying that the farm fire is the best, to my mind, the best is the use of super seeder and happy seeders. If we can, that will be most immediate way of controlling farm fires, because that would obviate the need of burning the stubble. That's what I feel.
All right, Bijon, what does this do to the consumer? You obviously cater to the consumer. You worry about the consumer, but the fact of the matter is that this is a problem which has not been able to be cured or taken care of for a very, very long time, and it directly puts the ball in the politician's court.
Vineet, come on, I don't think we are so dumbos that we don't know the root cause, we don't know why it is happening. As citizens of Delhi, why do you think I left Delhi in 2021 and shifted to Hyderabad? Because I knew that Delhi is never going to improve now till this incompetent government is around. What I'm trying to tell you is, we all know this government is not working. Where is the government? What do you call governance? I mean, come on now. They are just plundering taxpayers' money. They're just using it for making very lavish kind of bungalows and amenities for themselves. And we as citizens, we are caught. We are caught in kind of misinformation. They have cheated us. They took our votes. They promised us so many things. Where is Gopal? What is Gopal Rai doing, the minister? I mean, that is again another point, that how many ministers are there now and who is working? I don't know. It's all become a joke. You see, Vineet, what we all have to understand, that this was expected. This was expected. This is not a winter which was not expected. So many winters have come and gone. So many years have gone and come and gone. Delhi has never improved. It has always deteriorated. Even after the Punjab government being formed out of the same party, they are not able to coordinate within their own party. You imagine how inefficient they are, how ineffective they are. Why are we expecting this from them? I don't understand. We have to live with that. And that is why people are leaving Delhi and going away. That is why Delhi is deteriorating. Recently, when I visited Delhi this month, the kind of infrastructure which was built earlier by Sheila Dikshit, it has all gone to ruins. When I go to those buildings, like the registrar's office, such a beautifully made up office, now they have got broken chairs, air conditioning is not working, the washrooms are absolutely broken down. You can see the women washroom from outside. I mean, pathetic condition. Nobody visits. Nobody works. In Delhi, nobody is working. The bureaucracy has given up. They have decided that this government is not going to work and function. So I don't understand what LG is trying to do. LG should immediately intervene. He should take over. I don't know why he is not taking over. What is restricting them from not going ahead, taking action against all this inefficient work which is going on? Delhi citizens have to rise now. You see how the medical fraternity has risen up in West Bengal. They are not tolerating. You have to raise up. You have to raise your voice. If supposing anybody is found to be not tolerant with what is going on, not sensitive towards what is going on, we have to rise up and speak up. And I'm happy that you are having a conversation in this. But please, we all know the root cause. We don't have to be reminded about it year after year. We know the root cause. The only kind of a recommendation or solution I can give you in this TV program is that LG has to now intervene. He has to take strong action. He has to ensure that the health of the citizens are not compromised. We have to make sure that long-term, short-term, policies are framed as soon as possible. All the government officials, all the government staff who are working paid salary out of public money should be made accountable. There has to be some kind of accountability. The minister himself has to stand up and speak. Why is he not able to do this? Was he not expecting it in the month of January this year?
Right.
And we need to work on it. Does he have to wait till October to sort of react to such events? It's a pathetic condition. I think LG should intervene immediately in Delhi and take care of the health of the citizens, take care of the governance. We have had enough. I don't think anything worse can happen today in Delhi.
All right. Let me also rope in Inder Shekhar Singh. Inder, do you think that the politicians also find solace in the fact that, this is a transient phenomena? It's going to last from October till the winter ends, and then people are going to have selective amnesia and all will be forgotten. If it was a year-round phenomena, then it would have been a different issue altogether.
Vinit, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. And I would like to go back to something that Dr. Bagai pointed out, that the air quality in Delhi is bad most of the year. It's only visibly bad and extremely bad during this winter time period. And now let's focus on two other things. You've given us at the starting of the show two symptoms of a deeper ecological problem, which is right now plaguing our policy thinking. One side we have polluted water, which is Yamuna. For once, these Hindus say that the river is our mother. She is a goddess, and then we treat her like this. We allow polluters to pollute her. And on the other side, we pollute our air, which is, again, going by spiritual or religious factions. It's Vayu, it's also a god. So look how there is a big severance, from the cultural roots of what we had and in our policy thinking. We are no longer respecting ecology as it should be, and we are paying the price for it. Now the politicians, of course, I'm not going to blame anybody, a party in particular, but I can point to very simply, just look where the money has flown. This air pollution problem is not a new problem. It has been there for now, at least I think, more than a decade. So where is all the money gone? The money for the superseders, the money for all these rural programs, the money to for diversification of crop, money for creating clusters. Where is all those hundreds and thousands of crores gone? I can tell you, for one, they've gone into the pockets of these heavy tractor makers, which have not yielded results. So if you're profiting from the problem, why would you want a solution? Because each year when the problem reappears, you get to spend more money. More of your friends can receive that money. Well, the problem can exist onto the next year. So it's a deep problem, which highlights our depraved ecological thinking. Second, our ability to not solve this problem. And third, we have completely destroyed the lives of citizens. And again, I go back to Dr. Begai, because that gave me also the chills when he was talking. Because now it's a problem of right to life. In the Constitution, every Indian citizen is guaranteed right to life. But if each year, even people who are not unborn, who are unborn yet, if they are being disadvantaged, living in the capital of this country, it's a big, serious problem. I think citizens should come together, the court should come together, and everybody should be on the same page, on the side of common sense, that if you give farmers in Punjab 2,500 per acre, this problem will cease to exist in the next year. Instead of giving money to heavy industries, instead of giving money to faulty programs and corporate lobbyists, if you give the farmer 2,500 per acre for rice paddy fields, get them to register before they start growing, and give them a 2,500 rupees per acre so that the superseeder can come to their farm, pay for the diesel, and take out all that stubble. I think not only the citizens of Delhi, But I think in the world over, India will be known more for its ecological thinking, which is actually thinking from the grassroots level and not from the top bottom. Because we've seen that for at least a decade, the top to bottom trickle approach is failing. We failed to get industries in Punjab. We failed to get the super seeder to work. We failed to get the Punjabi farmers to adopt to different crops. So let's go for a more direct route. Each of us on this panel and many people watching spend more than that amount on filters every month in Delhi, buying filters for air purifiers. And then there are many more underprivileged people who can't even afford that. So if we can even just have a citizens fund to tell the government, hey, listen, we are contributing because we are paying more than that money every month in the winter anyways. So can we not get this money to the farmer and stop all this now for the water? I think we need to check on all the polluting industries that are along the path of the Yamuna. The state control boards, the national pollution control boards should be activated because on paper, India has some of the best laws. Why we can't implement them is a serious systems problem, which is not related and specific to any government, but rather it is a point that now India and the Amrit Kal actually creates transparent systems that work. Thank you.
Dr. Bagai, of course, you're absolutely right. Dr. Bagai, the fact of the matter is that, this is the capital city we are talking about. It's Delhi. It's the seat of power. The country is run through Delhi and by the people who live in Delhi. And still, we're not able to solve this problem. And it's affecting everyone, including the Prime Minister, including, the people who pull all the strings that make our great country run, and yet we are not able to focus on the problem. I'm very sure this problem is profitable for a few, and that is the reason why it has not been eliminated.
2 quick points, Vineet. One is, I think it's about time now that the citizens make the politicians accountable. We need integrity, we need results, we need governance, and we need to see action on the ground which can prevent loss of lives. India, I'm giving exact figures, is losing 2 million citizens pan-India every year directly because of air pollution. That means you're having multiple COVIDs every year, and every time these politicians come and they grin and they smile and they shift the blame. Bizarre. The second important point I want to make is, for every 10% increase in PM 2.5, we are having 2 times more cause of death because of cardiopulmonary diseases. These are impacting our organs. People are dying directly because of brain strokes, heart attacks, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, asthmatic attacks, unborn fetuses born with deformities, stillbirths increasing, infertility increasing, cancers increasing rampantly. What more proof and data does the government of Delhi need that it needs to act? And I say this last sentence, which I repeated in the previous time when I spoke: if they can't perform, they should be asked to leave.
I agree with you. On that note, we've also completed our allotted time. Appreciate everyone who joined us and shared their valuable input.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.